On the morning of June 18, 1815, the skies over the Belgian village of Waterloo were shrouded in thick mist. This mist was a foreboding sign of the impending calamity that would change the course of history. Joseph Napoleon Bonaparte, the French emperor known for his military genius and ruthlessness, was about to engage in what could be his final battle. After his unexpected return from exile on the Isle of Elba in March, Napoleon knew that winning this battle was key to reclaiming his power over Europe. The hour of battle had arrived, and Napoleon's forces were ready to strike. The French army, consisting of around 73,000 men, was divided among infantry, cavalry, and artillery. Napoleon was determined to act swiftly to avoid the arrival of reinforcements to his enemies. On the opposite side, Duke Wellington, the renowned British commander, led a diverse army of approximately 68,000 soldiers from Britain, the Netherlands, and Belgium. His forces were positioned defensively around the village of La Haye-Sainte, with strong fortifications. The battle began at around 11 a.m. when Napoleon launched his initial attack on the strategic site of Hougoumont Farm. The fighting was fierce as British troops resisted the French assaults. Napoleon had wagered on quickly capturing this site, but the British defenses, under Wellington's command, proved to be resilient. Despite repeated attacks, the farm remained under British control, impeding French progress. As the day wore on, the situation for the French began to deteriorate. The ground had turned to mud due to heavy rain, making the movement of artillery and cavalry challenging. Supply lines were stretched thin, exacerbating the difficulties faced by the French forces. Napoleon needed decisive reinforcements to counter the growing pressure. In the late afternoon, Marshal Grouchy's Prussian forces arrived on the battlefield. These troops, who had been observing from a distance, began attacking the French right flank. This unexpected intervention added tremendous pressure on the French, who were already struggling against the British defenses. With the Prussian forces arriving, the French were now surrounded on both sides, making it increasingly difficult to hold their ground. In a desperate attempt to turn the tide, Napoleon ordered a general assault on the heart of Wellington's defenses. Cavalry units led by Marshal Ney launched a vigorous attack on the British fortifications. However, the attack was poorly coordinated and lacked adequate support from infantry and artillery. The British defenses held firm, effectively repelling the French assault. As evening approached, the outcome of the battle became clear. The French forces began to retreat in an organized manner, while the British and Prussian forces celebrated their hard-fought victory. The battlefield around Waterloo was littered with the aftermath of combat, dead and wounded scattered across the field, and the mood of defeat was palpable among the French troops. Following the battle, Napoleon's fate was sealed. He returned to Paris, where he was deposed, and in August 1815, he was exiled to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic under strict British guard. He spent the remainder of his life there, dying on May 5, 1821. The Battle of Waterloo was more than just a conflict. It marked the end of the Napoleonic era and the beginning of a new phase of political stability in Europe. The battle represented the end of Napoleon's grand ambitions and had a profound impact on European history, reshaping the political landscape and ushering in a period of relative peace on the continent.